increase, your trust in the financial system increase, your trust in a licensed financial professional and fiduciary, that's you and me, then your mindset will increase because you'll listen to them as they tell you different things, right? And then you'll start to add on different protections and you'll feel more comfortable understanding how they're going to work for you and your future and your family and your finances. And you'll understand, you'll start making those choices. It's inevitable that way. But there is a process. We don't come out knowing that way. My mother did not teach me about life insurance. Why? Because she didn't understand the value of it. I did not have life insurance for several years when I first got licensed in 2008 in South Carolina. And I was making a lot of money on helping the churches, and I was helping the community, and I was helping the apartment complexes. I go knock on all them doors. I did the walk and talk and the door knock, knocking on all them doors and helping them with their little $50 policies. Boop, 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 boop. Of course, they were falling off some because I was building up that excitement. I'm real animated, and I can talk to you, make you feel good, get the long term. Or if they get a $125 policy because they saw how cheap it was because it was a term, that $125 still coming out your pocket on a monthly basis, right? And so if their monthly mindset and budgeting and savings and their monthly management wasn't in perspective, then when something went wrong, if there was a shift, what would they cancel? Their life insurance. So they weren't educated in the value of keeping it instead of just letting it go and then I just get another one and starting it over, right? So I was good at explaining. I was good at bringing up the sense of urgency. I was good at closing, but I wasn't as good at talking to you about long term, the investment, how you can use your cash value. I didn't know anything about cash value in the beginning, and so they weren't quote seekers, but I wasn't able to educate them more on later on. Let's build all the areas of your financial house, starting with this, and then we'll look at more as you progress through life. Right now, I used to be transactional in my selling insurance. If I can get you for a $50 policy, I've got, and it was what is it called? It was advanced commission, 90% 9-month advanced commission. Oh my God. And they gave me bonuses. So I knew how many I needed to get, how many houses I need to go to, apartments, how many commission quota I need to reach in order to reach that budget. That bonus field. And then they give me more money and we was getting paid on a weekly basis. I was captive. I was just life insurance queen at the apartment complexes and the colleges. Oh man. And I had just graduated from college and I had my son. So it was a whole business model for myself, right? And then I started learning about the advanced wealth strategies. I switched from being a captive to being an independent, and I started learning a lot of information about life insurance and the value of it, and cash value, living benefits, and how you can give your life insurance policy multiple uses. And so I started talking and training I started doing group events and talking and training about what I was learning and helping people implement it. But you know what happened? I started getting more people that would let me think about it. I'm not sure. Let me talk to my husband. It wasn't transactional. It wasn't emotional. Tell you about the stories. I didn't have it. Mama didn't have it. I didn't learn. Boom, boom, boom. And people can relate to you. And they're like, well, oh my God, yes, Stacey. And it's only $50. I like this, that you're doing this, and you're your own business, and you this, and got your son with you. You know what I mean? I started talking about things that make them think about it. And they was like, well, can I just give you get back to you on this? Can I give you an answer by next week? You know what I mean? That's what I started getting a lot of, the let me think about it. Have you received that? When somebody want a quote, and you tell them it's a $50 premium, I have never had somebody tell me, no, I don't want insurance after I give them a quote for a $50 premium. I just have not. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but when I started asking for more in premium, started telling them about advanced wealth strategies they wasn't aware of, like IULs or proprietary whole life policies that will help you reduce your debt, pay off your mortgage, things of that nature, I started getting to let me think about it. But then when I started talking to people about giving them a quote, they said, let me get a quote. And I said, okay, here's your quote. I'm going to give you 3 options. And the one of the options was the $50, but the other 2 were higher. And I would tell them why the other 2 were higher and the value that you will get. Same type of policy, but we're adding all these other benefits in there. It was too much for them to think about, and I was getting more let me think about it. The more educated I got, the more I tried to help, the more let me think about it I got. Is that making sense, guys? They weren't ready for the decision. So I was like, well, what am I doing? My revenue dropped, and I realized the people wasn't ready. They didn't know what to do. So I started going back to the $50 premiums. But I was feeling like I was doing a disservice. I was feeling like I was doing a disservice. Then I was offering people quotes for like $100, $150 without even thinking about the $50. Just like, let me give you what I think you should have because it's going to benefit your family in the long run. And you already told me your income and your revenue, so I know you can afford it. I was getting people who was not coming with me; they was going with somebody else, And so it's just I'm sharing with you how I came to the idea that I need to, one, if I'm going to be in business, focus on the people who are ready to close, focus on the people who already realize their finances is a priority, focus on the people who tell me when I give them a choice, do you want a quick quote or do you want somebody that's going to educate you on your options, help you decide what's good now, and then set a plan for you for your long-term financial goals and be a part of your life on a regular basis so that you can ask questions. Which one of those are you wanting? When I get those that say that's the latter, which is the long term, I know that that's somebody that's going to buy a high dollar policy or do a rollover for 401k, things of that nature. Those that say, let's just get a quote. I don't want to give you the quote because I know more times out of 10, you're not going to get it. Then I learned how to monetize. So I want to tell you the progression, how we've gotten to where we are. Can you guys relate to anything that I'm saying? Is this something that you can relate to? Have you experienced it? Have you tried to find the healthy intersection between, I'm going to give you a quote, I'm not going to have a lot of back and forth, but I also want to educate my community. The more you learn, you will get excited. Kind of like people would get, when I first got saved, I wanted to tell the whole world. Let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? Like I was baptized when I was little, but that's what your mom tell you to do. Well, I don't know. That's what my mom told me to do. You go baptized, you're going to sing in the choir. But when I left that church and I got to my own church and I really had developed a relationship with God on my own, and I, that feeling of just always being comforted and warm, and I still feel it, and it still makes my eyes water up and the hair stand up on the back of my neck that I am never alone, no matter what I'm going through, and no matter how bad I feel, how down I think things look. I know. You know what I'm saying? That the battle is not mine, it's the Lord. I am not even going to get religious because I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I know. That there is, whatever you want to call it, a universe, a higher power, a God, whatever you call in that thing that you know is there for you, so you never feel alone in the world. I never go without feeling that. And when I first felt it outside of my mom's church, I wanted to tell the world. You know what I'm saying? And the same revelation happened to me when I learned about life insurance and how beautiful it was. I was working for Aflac, and I was like, did you know that you can have money sent to your house to pay your bills instead of having, you know what I mean, that you can spend it on your bills, you can spend it on whatever you want? Did you know that you can have this? Did you know if in the event that you can't work due to injury or illness, you can have cash to cover your mortgage and your bills and your food? You know what I'm saying? I'm so excited. But I start losing clients. Let me know if can you guys relate to this? Of course. Yes. Yep. 100. Yes. Agreed. But then my money started going down. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? What are we going to do to educate, but also make the good money? Educate, but also make the good money. Educate, but also make the good money. Yes? What am I going to do to educate, but also make the same good money? And I also want to feel as empowered as I feel when they say yes. I still want to feel empowered when they say no. I did serve my community. I may not have made any money, but I want to feel just as empowered when I get that paycheck. It's a different feeling, right? All right. So today we're talking about how to monetize those. Let me think about it. How to monetize those quote seekers. I don't really want to sit down for a 2-hour appointment and do a presentation. Can I just send you my date of birth and you just kind of give it to me and you tell them no and they never fill out the appointment or they never get on your calendar? You know what I'm saying? Those people that just kind of ghost you. You send them and now you chasing them and you send them a just friendly reminder. You might even do the whole presentation with them. And they say, well, let me think about it. You give them 2 options. Do you want to do the $50? Do you want to do $75? You want to do the $250 or do you want to do the $450 so you can see how fast your cash value is accumulating, considering you're 43 years of age and you're trying to retire in the next 15 years and you never started before. Let me show you the difference. And you get people that they ghost you. They don't respond. You know what I mean? And so you like, man, what did I do wrong? All these things I can relate. I know, right? It's like, Lord, I want to help my community, Why can't they want? Why don't they want to know? Why don't they want to better themselves? So we start second guessing ourselves. We start second guessing our community. Then we start getting mad. You know what I'm saying? Why do they don't want to know what's going on? It's a whole shift. It's a whole shift. And then so some people just the reason is some people don't have the money. Some people don't have the willingness to learn. Some people don't have the people around them that's supporting their new desire to do something different, right? And some people just have fear in general of life insurance and investment vehicles and all these types of things, and they still feel like I just better put my money in the bank, and that's fine. You can't change everybody, but you can monetize them. Somebody put monetize in the comment section. Monetize, hey, monetize, hey. I told y'all, I'm a whole fool and I have fun. I tell y'all my story and I have fun.